Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. At a speaking event last week, someone asked me a question I've been asked many times since the release of our film, Soul on Fire. John, what scene from the film moved you the most? It's a difficult question to answer because there's so many that move me deeply. I think of the scene first, where my siblings see John moments after the explosion. They see the fear, they see the confusion, they see the heartbreak on John's face. But the viewers, you and I, are left seeing the pain and the fear and the confusion and the heartbreak on their faces. That always stirs my heart. I think not only of what's taking place on the film, but really what took place that day at my mom and dad's house in their lives. I think of my dad standing beside my hospital bed, telling his little boy that he loves him and that there's nothing he can do about it. I think of my mom kneeling in that mercy chapel, praying that somehow, against overwhelming odds, her son, her little boy, might survive. I think of the scene where he finally builds up the courage to ask Beth on a date, wondering if he's enough and if anyone could ever look past his scars and see his worth. But the scene that moves me most is when little John is standing near a swimming pool with other kids shortly after coming home from the hospital. The sun is shining. The kids outside are laughing. They're wearing swimsuits. They're having a blast. John sees the other kids with no physical imperfections. Then little John looks down at his scarred arms. He then quietly walks back upstairs, takes off the swimsuit, puts on a turtleneck, pulls down the sleeves, tugs up high the collar, and does his very best to cover up what he believes is broken, what he feels is unlovable. That decision cost the freedom to play with those kids that day. And for years, that decision robbed John of the freedom to love the image staring back at him in the mirror. My friends, I hated looking different, so I covered up not only my scars, but also my story. And the truth is that most of us know exactly what that's like. Maybe we don't wear turtlenecks in July, but I do think it's true. We all cover up. We all hide our failures. We all conceal our struggles. We all mask our imperfections, and we all try desperately to appear polished and successful and strong and perfectly put together. Yet the older I get, the more I am convinced that what draws us to one another is not perfection. It's authentic. It's humble. It's vulnerability. That's what draws us in, actually. It turns out our scars do not diminish our beauty. They reveal our healing. The scars exist because wounds have closed, and the very thing we are most tempted to hide may in fact be the very thing that someone else needs to see. Your scars and your struggle and your story. That's what they need. So this week, instead of covering up, what if we showed up a little bit more honestly and a little bit more authentically? What if we stopped viewing our scars as proof that we are broken and started seeing them as evidence that we have been healed? Because the people who inspire us most are rarely the ones who appear perfect. Instead, they are the ones who are brave enough to be real with us. They are the ones who recognize that the scars are not signs of what happened to them. They are instead proof of all we have overcome. My friends, I want to thank you for being part of our story. I welcome you to share with me what the favorite scene in the film Soul on Fire was for you in the notes. And by the way, if you haven't yet seen the film, my goodness, well, do me a big old favor. Go to Amazon, go to Apple, track down that film somewhere right now. Get the old DVD, baby. It's probably on VHS somewhere. Watch the film Soul on Fire, share it with others, and then celebrate the truth that the foundation is firm. The headwind we face may be real, but the best is yet to come. So for this time and until next time, my name is John O'Leary, and today is your day. What a gift. Live with your soul on fire.